Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the 504 Core Podcast. I'm Corey Rholdon, joined by Michael Forey. Some conversation going on Twitter right now as the NBA playoffs are going on, Mike. Pelicans are obviously not there. And some people think to get there, they need John Morant. And you have some strong feelings on why that would be a bad idea. Why is that?
All right, well, I'll ask you these questions. Is he dependable?
No.
Uh, does he get hurt a lot?
Yes.
Does he have off the court issues?
Yes.
Explain his game. Like, if you were to describe, like, how does he play as a player? Does he like shoot threes? Does he attack the rim? How
He
how does it?
is
How does he play?
Well, I mean, he's very entertaining. He does shoot some threes, does shoot step back threes. He's mostly a step back three or just slam dunk, like in your face, high flyer, dunker. Um, Reminds me a lot of a guy on the Pelicans.
Yeah, exactly. I was about to say, does all this just sound like Zion Williamson for a guard? Like, not even as a guard. Like yeah, did he shoot more threes than Zion? Yes, but he's still not a good 3-point shooter. So it doesn't make any sense. The fit doesn't make a sense. He's not the player I'd want to just push all the chips in for. You know, is he
Well,
entertaining?
and he's
Yes.
also like one or two more hand gestures away from being suspended, maybe from a whole year.
Yeah, it's not a player I'd want to push the chips in for. I would think the opposite. I would think ship Zion to Memphis, and I'm sure they'd be happy together. They've always had that strong friendship. Go after Jaren Jackson or go after Bane in a pick or something like that. Like I would gladly take that. So
I will say this: he has digressed a lot. 2022, 2023, he was really good basketball player, averaged 27 points, 6 assists, 22, 23, best year, 26 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds. How many? Steal and a half a game. He was really good. He shot 34% from three. And then he obviously had the gun incident in 2024. Played 9 games this past year. Played 50, averaged 23 points, 7 assists. Really digressed, but I mean he is healthier than Zion. I'll say
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's
But
true.
he's played. If we do this 67 games, 63 games, 57 games, 61, 9. But he's suspended half the year. And in 50 games. But yeah, like you said, I don't know if he's the guy you push all your chips in. My thing is, all right, so they're gonna make a move, right? You think they're gonna make a move? I
Wait,
think
wait, are you
everything's
are you done with the John Morant talk? Because I got one more point. I just got one more point
no, no,
too.
no. I'm not. I was trying to tie everything into John Morant, but I'll let you
Gotcha.
go.
Oh, just real quick. Does a player like that age well? Like, just does it? No. So yeah, that's another thing. It's not like a Jokic where Jokic can play till he's like 40 something years old. Like this guy's not going to age well. He's an athletic guard with no shot and off court issues, and he's hurt all the time. So him, and then plus the fact that him and Zion don't even fit. So that's the only point I'm making. But yeah, sorry
Yeah.
to cut you off. I was just curious.
No, no, no. You're right. I just want to do his injury history and look at all of his injuries because these things matter. Okay, so he's had a hip this past season, hip, ankle, shoulder. He was sick. Everybody gets sick. Hamstring. Ooh, geez, hamstring, shoulder, ankle, hip, shoulder, knee, shoulder, foot, AC joint, back, back, knee, hip, thigh, all from this past year.
You named it like every body part 4 different times. So yeah, that's like I said, not someone I want to go for. I don't really think Memphis. I think Memphis would rather trade someone before Ja. I think
Well,
Ja
you
will.
know who I would rather before him on that team?
Who?
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Yeah, I mean, if you can somehow swing that, maybe I don't know what the trade value is for each player, but I would think Jaren Jackson's worth more than Zion. But I mean, I would just do a 1-for-1 trade. I don't know.
Yeah, just kind of looking at this. Not that I'm just going over all the details. 25 years old, going to be 26, so same age as Shough.
Shock.
Uh, been in NBA obviously since 2019 with Zion. I think Zion's younger, if I'm correct. He's definitely played
Yeah.
a lot more basketball games and postseason games than Zion, but
When they're both right, Zion's a better player. But Jaren Jackson is just he plays more and he plays a lot of defense, which I think this team
I
desperately
was talking about
needs.
Ja. Ja's
Oh,
26. Jaren
gotcha.
Jackson, yeah, obviously. Jaren Jackson, though, is a great defensive player.
Yeah, Ja. I don't know. Just the pairing of Ja and Zion. It's just like really, I don't.
Dude,
I
John
don't know.
Morant's older than Jaren Jackson. That's
I guess
surprising.
I guess it would depend on the trade. I guess that's the correct answer because like you've seen it with the Luka Doncic trade just being completely ridiculous. Like, what if we were to send DeJounte Murray and like 2 1s for John Morant? Would you do that?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like that maybe something like that. But like if you like push a lot of the chips in on for John Morant, I'll be pretty upset as a Pels fan. I just think that's a clear disaster. But it'd be fun and interesting, but I just don't think it's the right move.
All right. So what I want to get to, I think everything will be decided, right? On like kind of what directions we want to go. And there's a lot of directions that can happen on Monday. But Monday is the day, like, if you get the number one pick with Cooper Flag, are you trading Zion?
It's an interesting question. I've thought about it a lot. Dude, I don't really know. The blank answer is yes, but I guess it really depends on what can you get for Zion because like
So
I've heard different things.
my dream would be a three-way trade with the Bucks, the Heat, and us. We ship Zion out to Milwaukee. Giannis goes to the Heat, and then we send a couple picks to Milwaukee, and then we get Bam Adebayo, um, and Tyler Hero, and a couple other pieces.
Do you think we'd get all that? I don't think we'd get all that for just Zion and some picks.
No, well, the Bucks. All right, so the Bucks are giving really. We're getting that because the Bucks are getting.
So we're giving away
Um,
the swap next year, and then so Griffin, as
yes,
part of the Murray trade, gave the lesser pick between us and Milwaukee. So it's
yes,
basically 2 swaps in a row. You're giving both those swaps in a row, just back to Milwaukee so they can tank. Is that
yes,
what you're saying?
yes, and then also because the Heat are getting Giannis, so that I mean that's a player that that's an Anthony Davis. That's better than an Anthony Davis
Yeah,
level
I would
deal.
say like go after Giannis, but like let's be real. Like, everyone knows how the NBA works? These guys decide where they want to go. They give a list of 3 or 4 teams. If they're even lucky, they give
The
three.
Pelicans aren't in a
They're not on
spot where they're
anyone's
winning.
list.
No,
Yeah.
because they've been terrible organization.
Yeah. No, I mean, okay, well then we get Bam out of bio. So we give up basically Milwaukee's and then Zion. So we have Cooper Flag, out of bio, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, and
Tyler Hero. I
Tyler
also
Hero, CJ
I
McCollum.
would
You'd have
say
to ship CJ out at the
yeah,
point.
that's what I'm saying. That you would ship CJ to Miami and you would get Hero in return.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well, then, yeah, I'd love that. But yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. But that's a really interesting 3-way trade. I like that a lot. Where'd you see that? Or did you make it up?
I made it up.
It's pretty good. No, yeah, but would you go all in on Giannis if they just called and like just give us those 2 picks and Zion? Would you do it?
Duh. Are you kidding me?
And they'll probably ask for more. They'll probably ask for like
This year's pick too.
yeah, no, I wouldn't do all that. I really do believe Milwaukee's gonna be like a bottom 5 team next year for sure.
No, I'm talking about like the Pelicans pick in June.
Yeah, no, I'm saying I wouldn't do that. Like if you
Uh,
did Milwaukee's 2 swaps and then he threw the pick in June, like I wouldn't do that. Plus Zion for Giannis, that's too much. Because
yeah.
I was saying because I really believe Milwaukee's going to be terrible. You got to pay Damian Lillard like what $60 million to not play, and then Giannis eats up the other cap, and
All right.
everyone's old and no good players on the team. They're paying Kuzma a ton of money. It doesn't make sense.
All right. So like I saw a couple of them. Like I heard Houston. I don't think Houston makes any more sense anymore. Also, the
You're,
Suns.
you're talking about Giannis?
No, I'm talking about the Suns, Houston Pels. Houston gets Kevin Durant. All right. We send Zion to Phoenix, and then we get the center.
Adebayo?
No, for the Rockets.
Oh, Sengun. Oh, Shingun.
Yes. Yes.
We're shipping
Şengün's a
Zion
monster.
out.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Şengün's a monster, and he's a playoff player too. He played well in that Warriors series. He's only 22 years old, averaged 19, 10, and 5.
You don't believe in Eve Missy?
Messi's a good player. He's not this.
No, he's not. He's not Shingun, but I think Missy could. I think Missy Sealer is actually higher, considering like how raw he is and how fast he got, like how good fast
But
he
guess
got.
what? As a fan of a team that's talked about ceilings and raw and potential,
No, Shingun's definitely a better player. I'm just saying.
I'm tired of it, right? And then once we do trade him away, he's going to be good, just like Dyson Daniels, second in the Defensive Player of the Year race. But all right, so my thought process is, if you get the number one pick with Cooper Flag, you do whatever you can to build the team around Cooper Flag. All right. If you don't get the number one pick, I think if you get 2, 3, 4, 5, I think that's more than likely Zion will stay. All right.
If we get 1 or 2, I mean, Dylan Harper is going to go second, but dude, if we get Dylan Harper, well, I'd be ecstatic. Like I'm a massive Dylan Harper fan. He's just a big guard, like he can score. You know, I'd be really pumped. Even if we got 3, I just don't know who goes at 3. Is it Bailey, Edgecombe? Like I don't know. But yeah, there's a big difference between 1, 2, and then there's kind of a drop off in my opinion. But
3, 4 is still good.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a good draft, dude. There's a lot of good players in this draft. They're gonna end up with like if they get like the 4th pick, which they're projected to be like right now, or that's the slot they're in right now. Like they'll get Edgecombe or Bailey, or there's so many players in this draft. I'm a big fan of, so I don't really know. Joe Dumars hasn't had the best
history.
Yeah, so
he might, if we get the number one pick, he might draft Dylan Harper.
They should have fired Griffin after the draft.
Yeah,
because he can draft well. He just can't draft. He just can't put like the talent together. And I don't know, but I don't know, man. Monday will say a lot about this franchise. That's for sure.
So I don't think they're going to get it. I've been sitting there. Who it wouldn't shock me if they got? I think obviously everybody thinks the Jazz. All right. I don't think it's going to be Washington or Charlotte. The 76ers are an interesting team.
No, I hope not. That'd be weird.
76ers?
Yeah. I mean, I know OKC owns it after pick 7, so
yeah.
So like, okay, I know I asked you this a while ago, but like if the Pelicans get the number 1 pick and OKC just offers you like a Godfather, like Cason Wallace and like 5 first-round picks, let's say they value it high, would you do it?
For Cooper Flag? No.
Yeah. No, really?
Yeah. The Pelicans can't afford not to take Cooper Flag.
Yeah, I guess. I don't. If something were to like that happen, I would really consider it like pretty heavy.
Well, here's the thing. I would take it if like Cooper Flag says I'm not playing in New Orleans or something.
I don't think he's like that.
I don't think so either, but like what would they have the best offer, or would it be
that's Utah? Just like when you get Cason Wallace, who's a defensive guard, and you're fixing the point guard situation next year, and then you got 4 extra picks or 5 extra firsts. I don't really know what the scale would be, but just a bunch of extra firsts, and like that just gives you so much more. Like then you can really go after Giannis if you wanted to, and like kind of just reload.
Yeah,
I don't know. It'd be interesting. Like, let's say they give you like Kason Wallace, the number 8 pick, where they're supposed to pick at now, and then like 2 future firsts, like way down the line or something like that. It'd be interesting. I don't know. Cooper
Maybe.
Flag, yeah, pretty damn good. I'd be ecstatic either way.
All right, any other interesting trades? So you talked about, all right, so CJ McCollum.
I love fake trades.
All right, CJ McCollum, DeJounte Murray. Do you try to package those two? Man, who do you even get?
There's no one. There's no one. Just obvious.
Hold on. Give me a second.
I don't think the salaries for both those guys are going to equate to a lot of people worth pursuing.
Yeah, I agree. Because those two
It would just have to be one or the other.
Million. Yeah, they're making 40+ million. You're right. Jabari Smith is a guy people are talking about. Pels need guards. Like Cam Johnson, he's a good player. They need guards. LaMelo Ball, I don't think's a winning basketball player.
I think Charlotte's a sneaky Zion trade team.
What about, dude, Sabonis? I know you hate Sabonis, but Sabonis.
I don't hate Sabonis.
He's just a basketball player, dude.
He's overpaid. Like, good player.
Would you do a trade Sabonis for Zion?
No. I'd rather roll the dice on Zion because when Zion's right, he's a better player than Sabonis, and Zion can actually raise your ceiling, and he's younger too, right? Actually, can't be that much younger, but he is younger.
Sabonis raised the Kings to the 3 seed with Sabonis.
So if you get number 1 pick, you get Cooper Flag. You don't want to roll it out with Zion and him. I mean, he'll be 18 and Zion will be 23.
So that lineup is so awkward, in my opinion. All right, the reason why I think that. So Murray's out for till January, December next year. So at the one you got CJ McCollum. At the 2, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones. All right, at the 2. Cooper Flag's 3, Zion's 4. I don't know. Then you're putting Herb or Trey off the bench.
You put Zion at the 1, Murphy at Herb Jones, Murphy are 2 and 3, and then Cooper Flag at 4 and Missy at the 5, and then CJ McCollum's your 6th man. You'll pitch like CJ.
I would love that, and it would work because Flag's the ball handler. Herb Jones can handle the ball. Zion can handle the ball. But will Willie Green run that lineup?
I mean, Willie Green. I can believe he's coming back, and I can't believe he's coming back at the same time. But they're just repeating mistakes. They did this with Griffin. They wouldn't fire Gentry because they thought he was a great guy. Gale probably wouldn't pay him shit. And keep him on. He has to stay on, and then he gets fired. And it's probably going to be the same thing that happened with Willie Green, unless there's just some kind of miraculous turnaround, which is possible because they are talented. But he's really not shown anything as a coach to make me not question.
Can I say this about Sabonis real quick? And I'll get off the Sabonis talk. The last 3 years, he's 28 years old. He's not that old. All right. He averaged 19, 12 rebounds, 13, 14 rebounds, led the NBA in rebounding. He also averaged 7 assists, 8 assists, 6 assists. He was 7th in MVP voting 2023, 8th in 2027. And both years he was all NBA 3rd team.
He's a good player. And
he also shoots threes.
Yeah, but he's not the best 3-point shooter. I just think I don't think he's worth the money he's getting. But he's a good player. He is a good player. I don't know. He's kind of like an older power forward kind of thing. he's not like a modern age power forward.
Well,
I mean,
he played
neither
center
Zion, honestly.
He
Huh?
played center the last 3 years. He's been good. You put him
Yeah.
next to Cooper Flag. You have Flag. You have Sabonis, Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, and then you go find yourself a point guard.
I mean, I wouldn't be like totally mad at it. He's a good player, but I don't,
We're sitting here talking about Cooper Flag like this, and the Pels have what, a 12% chance of getting him.
I don't think Utah will get it. They watch them get it, but I don't think they'll get it just because they were tanking so obvious. Like at the end, it was just like it was actually embarrassing for the NBA how hard they were tanking, and I don't think the basketball gods will reward it. I really don't. Think about when the Pelicans have won it. They were trying their asses off those seasons. I mean, they let their foot off the gas towards the end, but
they got it twice. You think they're going to
Utah was just like embarrassingly tanking.
Cleveland's gotten it, 3 times, I think. So the Pels would be like Cleveland, get it 3 times. And
I don't think Washington will get it. I can see Washington getting it like number 2. I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, wear all your lucky T-shirts Monday. So we'll see. I mean, there's a lot of players in this draft I'm going to be like pretty excited for.
Dude, Flag and the Wizards. I don't know, man.
I don't see it.
I kind of see it.
You kind of see it? You see the vision?
I see a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. What players have you watched? Any like footage of any of the guys?
I mean, obviously Dylan Harper. Dude, I like the top 4 a lot.
You like Ace Bailey? Are you an Ace
I
Bailey
do
believer?
I'm not an Alfonso Ace Bailey fan, but I am an Ace Bailey fan. I think he can be a good basketball player. I don't think he has the upside of Dylan Harper or Cooper Flag, but I think he is a good basketball player.
Do you like out of Trey Johnson, Derek Queen, and Edgecombe? How would you rate that?
Edgecombe. Hold on, give me a second. Edgecombe. I like Edgecombe a lot more than Trey Johnson. Hold on, give me 3 seconds.
Now I've heard from some people, I've read rather on some people on Twitter, the Pels like Edgecombe. There's some people.
Yeah, I like Edgecombe a lot.
But that was Griffin's crew. I don't know if it's the same crew. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna talk myself into.
What about the Nets winning Cooper Flag?
The Nets, that'd be interesting. Do you think the Nets are a stealth? They're kind of a stealth Giannis team, but they don't really have the assets. At least I don't think. I'd have to look it over, but yeah, Giannis is going to give like the Bucks like 2 or 3 teams to go from, or he's just going to decide to stay. So, what I think is going to happen is that Giannis is going to request a trade like right before the deadline or silently do it. That's my prediction. But
see, I don't like Fears that much.
I love Derek Queen. I think Derek Queen is an interesting basketball player. I think he's got a lot of size. His handle's really good. He can shoot threes. His passing's good. He's got like a burly body. Like
I know you like Derek Queen.
He's a very, very skilled big guy. I think he'd fit next to any like big.
As a travel in the Sweet 16. I mean, in the round of 32. But you know what? He is a good basketball player.
He's a very good basketball player. I would be ecstatic.
He's got a high IQ too.
Yeah, he's a very good. If that guy was, I think he's like 6'10" or 6'9". Like if he was like 7 foot, I think he'd be a top 3 pick. Honestly, like he's that good. I
mean, he's.
I'd be ecstatic. It'd be a really interesting fit next to Zion too. Yeah, no, I would be really, really pumped.
Yeah,
if the Pels got Derek Queen, even if they like quote unquote reached on him at 4, like I'd be cool with it.
No, he's a good basketball player.
Trey Johnson's going to be good too. I like that guy from Illinois. He's not a bad player.
Yeah.
He's going to play hard. Yeah, there's a lot of guys in the draft I like for sure. It's way better.
Jack Canuce. Jesus, I'm not gonna even try to pronounce his name.
Yakachonis.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like a 6'6" point guard. Starts with a V, Vasperos or something like that.
Yeah, Jesus. Dude, they got Nick Clifford going 15. Colorado State. Rams.
What year is he? He's a senior.
He's a senior. Yeah,
I think
he
I,
can just
I think NBA teams are kind of leaning more towards like we're not leaning,
ready to
but like
play.
yeah, they love guys, especially like the late teens and past that. Like
Well, look at Herb Jones and Trey Murphy, just guys ready to play. It's the same thing in the NFL with quarterbacks, guys with experience, and I can know how to handle the pressure. Igor is dropping down.
Demon, I don't think he's gonna come out in the draft.
Yeah,
He because BYU is gonna be stacked next year.
they got NIL money.
Yeah, I'm sure they could offer Igor like a lot of money, probably a couple million to come back. And they got that guy. He's like one of the top recruits in the country. They got some talent. BYU is gonna be really really stacked. That Utah money, no joke apparently. So
Mormon
we'll
money.
see. Yeah, I mean, Pels are an interesting spot. Yeah, Monday says it all. So you're keeping Zion no matter what if you get the fourth pick? Is that what unless you get a good offer,
I
obviously?
don't know. Ask me after. Let me see this roster. Let me see my options. I might keep Zion if they get Cooper Flag. I might
I think
fully
it'd be
say
an interesting
that
fit.
to. I mean, it's two guys who could create. I mean, put Zion at the 5 sometimes. You could put him. I don't know, man.
I think Point Zion is my favorite Zion.
Yeah, but then Flag needs the ball in his hands because he's a really good. He's like Kawhi.
Flag can play off the ball though, but like Zion's gonna average like he's gonna average a lot more assists. Like Cooper Flag just doesn't really have any weaknesses. He's just very good at everything.
He reminds me of Kawhi.
I wouldn't say he's great at anything, but he's very, very good at everything. He doesn't really have any weaknesses. And he's only going to get bigger and stronger. He's definitely the real deal. But yeah, no. The more I think about it, it's like, yeah, I don't think he really trade Flag unless you just get something insane. But
All right.
a team like OKC could be weird and just be like, here, take it. Oh, you want another one? Take it.
Yeah. Another one. They would have done that with Luka.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, OKC can go out and get probably 2 players in the league of anybody they want. Like, you know what I mean? Like they have that many assets, possibly 3, like if they wanted to have like crazy offers. So that's like a crazy thing to say considering they're the best team in the NBA right now. So
Beat the Nuggets by what, 43, 44?
Yeah. They what do you think? Where do you think Denver's gonna end up at?
Like the series?
Yeah, like OKC in 5.
I mean, it could happen. We'll see. I think Denver could get 1, and then you play game 6 Denver, and now it's interesting with Oklahoma City because Jokic can go off at any point, and like the Thunder should just blow them out, win this in 5. But if Denver wins 1 in Denver, that means that it's going to go to game 6 in Denver. If they win game 6 in Denver, it's a lot of pressure on a young basketball team in a game 7. Right? So we'll see what happens. It's an interesting series. The Nuggets had no business winning that game in game 1. Jokic putting up Jokic numbers with 42 points, 23 rebounds. Aaron Gordon's bully ball. I think that's their play there. They couldn't hit anything in the first quarter of game 2. Christian Brown was missing everything. Michael Porter Jr. has been a shell of himself. Jamal has to play. So for the Nuggets, they have to play their best game to beat the Thunder, where I don't think that's the case for OKC. But we'll see.
Yeah, Denver needs Jokic to play excellent, which he always does. And then, you need Murray. Yeah, OKC just has a lot of talent. OKC's depth is insane.
Yeah, the Nuggets have 6 guys, really 5.5 now because Michael Porter Jr. is playing with half a shoulder. So it'd be an interesting offseason with the Nuggets too. What do
you think's going to happen?
I think they have to move. They need to get deeper, right? They play Jokic and these guys way too much. So I think Michael Porter Jr. is the guy who gets traded. For who? I don't know right now. Cam Johnson is a guy. He's better defensively. He's more consistent, and he's not making Michael Porter Jr. numbers.
You think Cam Johnson makes better sense or makes sense with Murray and or just Murray really? I guess Cam Johnson is just the kind of player that can kind of fit with anybody if you really think about it. Just
and
shooting abilities.
And hold on. So they would have to make this work, but Cam Johnson makes $22 million. Michael Porter Jr. makes 35, right? So the Nets would have to give up another player, and that helps the Nuggets get deeper. So
yeah, isn't the Nuggets owner considered kind of cheap?
He's the same owner as the Rams owner, the Avalanche owner. Dude, he owns like 5 teams. He's not really cheap.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Well, they don't really. Do they pay the tax ever?
I think they're fine. They would pay to win a championship. They're all about winning championships.
Yeah, no, I got you. But yeah, I was listening to a podcast and like they were like,
Kroenke, baby.
Nuggets.
You gotta love Kroenke. You know, just
really.
Yeah, dude, he owns an NFL team, NBA team, and
how do you make his money?
I think it's like a bunch of stuff. Real estate. His sons run the Nuggets and the Avs, Josh Kroenke. He's a good owner. I mean, obviously those two teams have had a lot of success, won championships in the last 5 years.
Yeah. I heard from one podcast that they just weren't crazy about spending money. So
Stan Kroenke. Well, people said that because he was cheap as crap as the owner in St. Louis with the Rams, and then he moved the Rams to Los Angeles, and that's where, I mean, there's a shitty move, but he owns. Here's the teams this dude owns: Arsenal in the Premier League, right? Most richest soccer teams in the world: the Nuggets, Avs, the Colorado Rapids in the MLS, the Colorado Mammoths, which is a lacrosse team, the Los Angeles Rams. Jesus Christ. I don't know who the Los Angeles Gladiators are or the Gorillas.
100 men versus gorillas.
Yeah, I don't know. Dude, that argument's so stupid, by the way. I hate that. I'm like, dude, 100 dudes if 100 dudes just run and jump on the gorilla, he's suffocating. I don't understand.
The problem is they got to get on the gorilla. Dude, those things are strong.
Yeah, it's 1 out of 3 strong, not 1 out of 100.
I don't know, but I think it's like 1 out of 40 strong.
All right, well then.
Have you ever seen those videos of like silverbacks like fucking flying through the air, like those little kids beating their chest at the zoo, and then you just see the thing like launching like 15 feet and breaks the glass. You're just like, oh my god!
It's 100 people, Michael. If it was 10, okay, we could have an argument. It's 100.
No, I agree, but I just I think the gorilla would take down a lot of people.
Well, it's fine. You know,
he's gonna make it a fun fight. But yeah, like I think the gorilla is like the one animal. You're just like, no, like,
yeah,
you're screwed.
Speaking of the Nuggets Avs owner, all right, I'll admit when I'm wrong. Shout out Mikko Rantanen. The Colorado Avalanche is choking, dude. Choking. What a choke job, dude. They remind me of the Saints with Drew Brees. Just in the playoffs. Just
wow.
All the talent.
You just had to say it.
All the talent in the world. Just can't win the big ones, right? You won 1 championship, but heartbreaking playoff loss. The heartbreaking. I don't understand it. They're up 2-0 in the third period. They start doing some dumb penalties. They control the puck the whole game, and then the former player and Mikko Rantanen goes off. From my perspective, I covered the Avs, and they got 2 of the top 3 players in the world: Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar. There's a lot of pressure on that team right now. There's a lot of, this team should. I mean, they win this game. I mean, win that round. Maybe win the Stanley Cup. But for some reason, the Stars just own the Avs, and it's interesting, Mike. Man, I know Mikko's been a monster. He was called a McKinnon merchant by a lot of people, including yours truly, and he's not a McKinnon merchant. He is.
He's had 8 goals, 6 assists, and 14 points the last 4 games. Yeah.
Yeah, 14.
He's been unbelievable.
Dude, he had 8 points in the final 2 games of that series.
Yeah, he's
2
been
straight hat tricks.
I know Stars didn't they give him like an 8-year deal or something like that. Like
it's looking good.
It's looking good. Yeah, I mean, if you get one Stanley Cup out of it, it's well worth it. So he looks pretty good. How old is he?
Dude, he's about the same age as McKinnon and McCarr. I mean, McKinnon and Cale McCarr. He's about what, 28? Yeah, 28 years old. Same age as us.
He's gonna play forever.
When's your birthday, Mike?
11/27, November 27th.
Dude, I think he has the same birthday as Alfonso, or close to it. It's October 29th.
No, I share a birthday with Jimi Hendrix and Bruce Lee, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, hockey's been fun. What are the Avs gonna do? They're gonna go into the next season with the same team?
Yeah, I mean, they're loaded. All their players that they traded for to go all in didn't do shit. Cale McCarr, well, I'm not going to give Cale McCarr crap because he was shooting the puck. It's going in. But Marty Necas, great in the regular season, terrible. Brock Nelson, second line, got him from the Islanders, supposed to be a really good second line center, didn't do anything. They have their goaltender now. I mean, the guy's not terrible like Georgie was. So,
yeah. No, they said before the series, the Stars Avs, they were just like, whoever wins this is winning the Stanley Cup. So we'll see. A lot of games left. One game at a time. That's all I can really say. So I'm not trying to think Stanley Cup quite yet.
Do the Knicks beat the Celtics?
I don't know. I really don't. Have you seen how much what's his face Thibodeau's playing his players? They're all playing like 45 minutes.
Well, that's the same thing with the Nuggets. Nuggets are playing like 45 minutes.
Yeah, I guess that's what it is now. It's just you load manage a lot of these guys, and then you just put on the miles at the end.
The Nuggets have no other way, dude. They have like 7 deep with Peyton Watson.
If the Knicks called you and they're trying to get Zion, what kind of package is that looking like?
I'm gonna ask him, are they stupid? Why the fuck would they want Zion when they have Mikal Bridges?
Yeah, I was gonna say like Mikal Bridges and what for Zion.
Dude, they're not trading Mikal Bridges for Zion.
Dude, you got to pay Mikal Bridges and Anunoby. Like, I don't know.
They already paid him. They're going on the
tax. But Mikal Bridges is about to get paid again, so can't afford him.
Well, then just give me Mikal Bridges, brother.
Yeah, no. Mikal Bridges, he plays every game of his career. He's going to come here and play 40 games a year. It's gonna be great. They need a burn Sage and the Smoothie King.
They need to. Well, they're gutting it. I was going to say move a location, but they won't do that.
Oh, wait, they're actually gutting it?
Yeah, 2027.
Why are they waiting so long?
I don't know. Gail's got to pay the church or something.
Gail's got her nails bills.
Hey, shout out, baby! We got an American Pope. His grandson.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Gail Benson didn't really suppress press release about it.
Hey, you know what? As a Catholic, I'm excited, dude. So
you're excited? You're gonna watch all of his speeches?
I already watched a couple of them, man. He's a White Sox fan. Went to Villanova, right? You know, he's the only Pope I've ever known that's, just like to watch baseball and also watch Dante DiVincenzo.
You think he'll be at a White Sox Rockies game one day?
Dude, White Sox Rockies play 4th of July. Okay.
Sounds like the worst baseball game in the history of the MLB.
Ready for this? You know what the Rockies record is this year?
It's not very good.
It's the worst ever to start.
Have they called up any prospects?
Yeah, dude, they're terrible. They're all their prospects.
Did the Rockies get Condon?
Yes, he's been hurt.
He's been hurt? Oh, okay. He's in the minors right now, rehabbing?
Yes. Yeah. So Chase Dollander, he's been okay. He's been hit or miss. He might be the only one. Him and Doyle, but all their other Jordan Beck, Tennessee kid. He's not bad. But you know what the Rockies record is?
I don't know. It can't be very good. I keep hearing about how bad they are, so I'm assuming it's pretty bad.
6-31.
It's pretty good. Sounds like a Pelicans in the beginning of the year.
6-31.
That sounds exactly like the Pelicans record. 37 games in this year.
Yeah, 6-31. The White Sox are 10-28. So those teams are combined 16 and 59.
Well, hopefully you'll see the Pope there. I highly doubt it. I'm sure he's doing better things, but congratulations.
We should ask Gail to get us since the Pope's from Chicago, get a Saints Bears game in Rome.
Yeah, I'm sure Gail's making those calls right now.
Saints Bears game in Rome, man.
Would you go?
I would love to go. I love Rome.
Yeah, I need to go. If they did that, I'd probably go. It'd be a weird trip, but I'd do it. I'd go watch Tyler Shough throw for 5 touchdowns.
It's the Bears.
They're gonna get shucked.
Oh,
yeah, no. Are you excited about rookie minicamp?
We haven't talked about Tyler Shough, huh?
No. What do you think?
All right, I apologize to Mr. Shough, right? I was blowing up, pissed off, mad that they got this guy. It's been injured 4 years in a row with season-ending injuries. Played 7 years of college football. Played with Juwan Johnson in 2018 when he was at Oregon. But, I mean, he's 26 years old. But, kid has a nice ball, dude.
Oh, you're coming around to it? You're talking yourself into it?
No, but I'm just like, he can throw nice, I just don't see how this kid stays healthy with our injury luck, and he's already been hurt 4 years in a row.
Well, we got 2 good tackles now, or we got at least 1 good tackle, and the other guy's
He's got good size. He's got good size.
He can run, dude. The thing is, always injured is it's broken bones, which I'm not worried about. Like if it was the ACL and all these joint sprains and all this other stuff,
it's 4 years in a row, man.
It's ligaments. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. He turned it on this year. He looked good, apparently. I mean, all these guys, a lot of scouts and just these national guys, they're second best quarterback of the draft. So we'll see. He's got a lot of good intangibles. He seems like he's already bracing in New Orleans, and New Orleans people are eating that shit up. So oh my God, he did this. He didn't go to Chipotle, like Derek Carr, I hate you kind of talk. It's
yeah,
we'll see. I'm not gonna be mad at the pick. Absolutely not. But we'll see what he got. He has no weapons. Who's he throwing to? This UCLA rookie tight end and Olave, who's 1 head injury from retiring.
Rashid
Shaheed.
Brandon Cooks.
Oh yeah, They have the small. I'm pretty sure I saw an article. They have the smallest wide receiver core in the league. Did they have anyone over 6'1"?
That's what you've got Juwan Johnson there for, man.
Juwan Johnson. Yeah, they gave him a nice little contract. Saints are. I'll sit back and watch.
Hey, they're gonna shuck him up, bro. They're gonna shuck him up.
Let's say Shough is just has an unbelievable rookie season. He's rookie of the year.
I need to come out and apologize him.
No. But I'm saying okay, you're Mickey Loomis. What do? Do you double down again, or do you kind of still take your foot off the brake for another couple of years and then
you're building around Shough?
Well, but you're not going all in, kind of what you're not restarting the clock immediately when you're trying to turn it back a little bit.
Well,
what do you do?
I mean, you get rid of Carr because you got Shough on a rookie contract for 4 years.
Let's say Shough is he has a Drake May. Let's say he has about as much value as Drake May does right now, who's pretty good. He was
that's the best case scenario for the Saints.
Well, but I'm asking you, if you're Mickey Loomis, do you go back into the mindset of let's try and win now, but we got a 10-year window, or do you kind of take your foot off the gas a little bit and let it play out and reset a little bit?
Carr off your roster, so you can't go all in.
Yeah, I agree. That I heard there was some rumblings that they might cut him. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, we'll see, man. He keeps giving sermons.
Yeah, now they're saying, he might play this year. It's okay, just rip the Band-Aid off, Saints. You shouldn't have done it. I did not. Did you find one person online or just anyone you talked to that was excited when they restructured his deal?
No.
Makes no sense. But yeah, just rip the Band-Aid off. Move forward.
Yeah, shuck them, Bill. Shuck them off.
Anything else we didn't cover? What do you think of the playoffs, NBA playoffs as a whole? We're kind of bouncing around here, but I don't really care. Would you like what's been your favorite series? Red row. Did you hear me?
All right, so the Clippers Nuggets series was awesome with Aaron Gordon hitting that dunk. I got to see a lot of those games in person in Bell Arena. The Celtics, dude, 45 missed threes, Mike. 45 in game one. How do you blow two 20-point leads in back-to-back games at home to the Knicks? I still think the Celtics win that series, but that's crazy. Tyrese Halliburton, he's been good. The Pacers,
Yeah.
Pacers been
He's
good.
been good. Yeah, he's definitely been good.
Uh,
Hitting game winners.
so I mean, the NBA playoffs as a whole has been great.
You know what makes me disgusting, like or disgusted, is nothing better than a Jason Tatum step back three. I've never seen him make one, dude. I've never seen this dude make a step back three, and he goes to it all the time. I'm just like, if I was a coach, I'd be like, Jason, if you take another one of those, I'm pulling you. Like I'm tired of watching this shit. Like when he's aggressive, he's just a much better player. But I swear he's shooting less than 10% on those. It's actually kind of insane why he keeps doing it. I don't mind the mid range though. He does go to that a lot, but these step back threes are just atrocious. That's my
Go New
Jason.
York, go
That's
New
my
York.
Jason
Yeah.
Tatum step back three rant.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, it's just I don't get that. You miss 45 threes in a game. You'd think you would just be like, all right, let's get the ball inside, try to
Think
toss it out.
think about it too. They've missed 45 threes and they've led like 95% of the series so far. Like, and it's just they just blew it. You know, I think Boston's the better team. Obviously, if you have Pingus, I think they win it in probably 5. But Pingus, dude.
Who's this
I
guy?
I
That's who
love
the
it,
Pelicans are gonna draft. Some
dude. That'd
random guy.
be if we
Joe
could
Dumars has done it.
Pingus, huh?
He's done it before.
God.
Yeah, it's Joe Dumars' future, man. Who's the guy he drafted above Dwayne Wade and Carmelo Anthony when he was with the Pistons?
Some foreigner, right? What was his name? I don't even remember.
Yeah, he's terrible. He played in the NBA like 3 years.
Did you see that video on Twitter? It was like Joe Dumars talking about like the NBA draft with Tatum and Ball and Jackson. And he praised like all the wrong picks and everything else. It's just like, oh my God. I don't know, dude.
Who did he praise?
He praised Phoenix for taking Jackson, the guy, I forgot his first name, but the guy out of Kansas.
Josh Jackson.
And he praised Markelle Fultz. He praised he thought Lonzo Ball was like kind of the next like Jason Kidd. He like bypassed Jason Tatum pick. He didn't say anything about that. But yeah, it was kind of concerning.
Darko
Milicic. Yeah. He's the
Darko
GOAT.
Milicic.
Yeah, I don't know, Corey. Pels are depressing. Saints are. I'm not gonna say depressing because we have a potential franchise guy now. What a keyword potential. Odds are he won't be, but just off percentages. But you never know. If we hit, then it's an exciting 10 to 15 years. So we'll see. Interesting times. Anything else we didn't cover? Have you watched hockey besides
Yeah.
Mavs?
Yeah, it's that Jets series with the Blues is great. The Leafs, dude. Maybe this might be the Leafs year. Who knows?
It's been maybe their year for like 100 years.
I know, but they finally got past the first round. They're up 2-0 right now. So the most progress I've seen them have in ever.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think the Stars still they got to get those games. But Stars are aligned. Well, hopefully we'll see. I'm praying they haven't gotten it raised in a while, so we'll see. Did you see Ant got hurt a little bit ago?
Yeah, he came back in.
So. Minnesota. I think. How do you see this series going? I don't really know. I kind of think I was thinking Minnesota in 5 now.
Yeah, Steph's not coming back to game 5, and he's not going to be fully back. So I think Minnesota wins in 5.
Yeah, Jimmy Butler just got to go nuclear. But I mean, if Ant's playing defense, which it looks like he is, it's going to be really tough. When Ant wants to turn it on and be like a defensive menace, he's like one of the best in the league. But obviously, it's obviously hard to do that when you're dropping 40-something points a game. So, but yeah, when he's determined, he's a fucking dog. I think Ant might be my favorite player in the NBA, but like outside of the Pelicans.
Dude, he's a villain, man. He's an anti-villain.
Yeah, he's really fun to watch. I like his personality. He's like authentic, but I don't know.
He's awesome.
Do you know? Yeah. Do you want the Pels to get Naz Reid?
I mean, that would be great.
He's a free agent. If you like somehow offloaded CJ's money, that'd be
huge.
Well, I guess you can't offload it because you're trading for an expiring. But yeah, I'm just rambling at this point. Is there anything else we didn't touch on?
Nope. All I got, brother.
That's pretty good. If you guys can like and subscribe, appreciate it, and see you guys soon. Go Pels.